What's going on, YouTube? I want to talk about my 1953 GE Speedster stove. I went down a YouTube black hole the other day and realized that there's a really big following for these vintage appliances, and for good reason. And I mean, they certainly don't make them like they used to, and this is living proof right here. But this has always been kind of this talking point of our little ski bungalow camp right here in the foothills of Western Maine. And there's some really cool history behind this stove, and I'll take you guys down a little trip down memory lane. But yeah, this is just a really cool appliance. So, show you guys some of the features here. I got the light on here, which still works. Oh, and cool thing about this, all right, about 95% of the features on this stove still work. I mean, for 1953, how can you beat that? Even look, the clock on the wall, the clock right there, the clock on the wall works, perfect working order. I mean, the only thing that doesn't work, there's some like timer features here. But other than that, everything works. All the burners work. The oven still works. The oven's the temperature range isn't quite as, dialed as it used to be. You got to kind of keep an eye on stuff. But for what we cook up here, we're really just like reheating pizzas and, doing small stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But all the burners still work. They actually work really well. And these stoves have these really cool light up features here. I mean, so neat. Another cool thing, if you turn the oven on here, so that little light lights up right there. Right? Look at, I mean, just so neat. And then I'll give you a little tour of the oven here. Oven light still works. All the elements still heat and everything. The broiler still works great. There's a little storage bin down here. There's another storage bin on the other side here. And then another storage bin right under here. And then check this cool little placard out. Lets you know what elements are going to be heated when. And then just for some reason, if you need to know what temperature to cook a chuck or a rump at, it gives you a little guideline there. Really neat, huh? There's the information about the unit right there. There's a outlet right there. I had to rewire that as well because it went to like a timer feature. So, and I did replace the wiring because we use that thing quite a bit for, crock pots and different appliances. But yeah, this has kind of been the centerpiece of our camp, and I mean, for good reason. It's a really, really cool unit. And I'll show you another thing too. I was on eBay and was able to find the advertisement for it. 1953 GE Speedster. They had like a Liberator too, I think, and the Liberator was basically dual ovens, so that was an oven as well. But just in the kitchen, living her best life. So a couple things I want to point out. I'm actually going to go down memory lane here on this one. So, 1953, my grandparents, or my grandfather and his brother, so my great uncle, they went to the appliance store and they both bought matching units, matching GE Speedsters. Okay. This was in my grandfather's house for many years, about 20 years or so. And my grandmother didn't like the fact that it was all white. So to make it match her kitchen, she actually took it to an auto body paint shop. You can see here the lower section's actually a little bit darker. So she had the lower section repainted like a darker cream colored. Kind of cool, huh? I mean, that's what they had to do. Everything had to match back then. So that lower section's been repainted. But my great uncle's stove was in his house until he died at the age of 98. And that was about 3 years ago. He passed away at 98 years old. And this Speedster stove was still in his house. And it was almost exact condition as this. Damn near perfect working order. I guess the oven didn't work and there's a couple other little things, but it was still there in his house in perfect working order. We wanted to keep it so badly, but it was just one of those things. We didn't have a place to put it, and someone else was gonna put it to use. So there was a big auction thing for the stuff that he had, and it ended up getting sold there. But yeah, this is our stove. I mean, so many good memories from this thing. We still use it. It's cooked so many meals. We're just, when the day comes that we have to do something with this stove, it's going to be sad. It's definitely going to be sad because this thing has just been such a beaut. Oh, another thing to mention, this burner kind of recesses, and supposedly there's a pot set that came with it, so you could have a pot that was flat here. But yeah, gonna get fire this thing up here in a second. Gonna cook myself a little breakfast and go hit the ski slopes. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Keep those vintage appliances alive.